Hello everyone. Today we are going to solve another example of assignment problem by using Hungarian method. This problem is basically of special category, that is unbalanced problem. Here in the given example, activities are 1, 2 and 3. Workers are A, B, C and D. As we all know, in this given assignment problem, first of all, we have to check for number of rows and number of columns. In this given example, there are 3 rows, 1, 2 and 3, and there are 4 columns, A, B, C and D. As number of rows is not equal to number of columns, hence this given problem is of unbalanced type. Now, the first step before going for the row reduction, first we have to make this problem as a balanced one. So in order to make this unbalanced problem, why unbalanced? Because there are 3 rows and 4 columns. Hence, first step is we have to make this particular problem as a balanced matrix. Now, how to make a balanced matrix? Step number 1, to make this matrix balanced. So here we are going to add one dummy row with all values 0. The reason is there are 4 columns and only 3 rows are given in the matrix. Hence we are adding one dummy row with all values 0. Now if you count for number of rows and number of columns, you can see that now here there are 4 rows, row 1, 2, 3 and dummy, and 4 columns A, B, C and D. As now number of rows is equal to number of columns, that is 4 is equal to 4, that is 4 rows and 4 columns. This matrix is balanced matrix. Now once we have got the balanced matrix, we can apply the steps of Hungarian method. So the first step of Hungarian method is row subtraction. It is also called as row reduction. Now how to go for row reduction or row subtraction? First row, there are 4 elements, 1600, 2000, 2400 and 2000. As per the Hungarian method, in row subtraction, first we have to select the lowest element from the first row. So the lowest element from the first row is 1600. Now subtract this 1600 from all other elements of that row only. So 1600 minus 1600, 0. 2000 minus 1600, 400. 2400 minus 1600 is 800. 2000 minus 1600 is 400. Similarly, in second row, lowest element is 1000. Now, we have to subtract this 1000 from all other elements of that row only. So, 1000 minus 1000, answer is 0. 3200 minus 1000 is 2200. 2600 minus 1000 is 1600. 1600 minus 1000 is 600. Similarly, for third row, lowest element out of these 4 element is 1000. Subtract this 1000 from all other elements of that row. So 1000 minus 1000 is 0. 2000 minus 1000, 1000. 4600 minus 1000, you will get answer 3600. Similarly, 3000 minus 1000, you will get 2000. Now, in fourth row, that is dummy, all values are 0. Hence, these values will remain as it is. After row subtraction, step number 2 is column subtraction. The same technique that we have used for row subtraction, similar technique we are going to use for column subtraction, but column wise. So this is the matrix that we have got after row subtraction. In the same matrix, we are going to apply the steps in order to do the process of column subtraction. So here, as you can see, in each and every column there is at least one 0. Hence, the matrix which we have got after row subtraction will remain as it is. The reason is, in first row, lowest element is 0. So after subtracting all the zeros, we will get same column, that is A column with all values 0. In second column, lowest element is 0. So after subtracting all the values, we will get column number B with same values. Similarly, column C, lowest element is 0. Hence, C column will remain as it is. Column D, again lowest element is 0, hence we will get all the values which are similar. So this is the new matrix that we have got after column subtraction. Now, after column subtraction, the next step is we have to draw the lines. Now, the criteria for drawing the lines is, first we will check how many zeros are there in each and every row. In first row, there is only 1 0. In second row, there is only 1 0. In third row, there is only 1 0. And fourth row, there are 4 zeros. Similarly, we will check for column also. In first column, there are 4 zeros. In second column, 1 0. Third column, 1 0. And fourth column, there is only 1 0. So, as per the criteria, we have to draw a line in such a way that maximum number of zeros will be covered. So, maximum number of zeros are in row number 4 and column number A. So, my first line will be row number 4. Why? Because this row is covering 4 zeros at a time. So, this is my line number 1. Now, only maximum zeros pending are in column A. There is no other zero in other columns like B, C and D. So, this is my line number 2. In order to cover all the zeros in this matrix, we have drawn only 2 lines. Line number 1, line number 2. But as per the rule, for making the assignment, we have to draw the lines which is equal to number of rows and columns. So, number of rows and columns are, we have 4 rows and we have 4 columns, but the lines that we have drawn are 2. So, number of lines are less than number of rows and number of columns. Hence, we have to go for first improvement. Now, how to do the improvement? The thing is, why we are doing improvement here? Because we have got only 2 lines in order to cover all the zeros, but our number of rows and columns are 4. As number of lines are less than number of rows and columns, hence we are going for improvement. Now, how to do the improvement? The first step of improvement is, as you can see here, there are some numbers on which not a single line is drawn. So, such elements are called as uncovered elements. And the elements which are on line are called as covered elements. So, the first step is select the smallest uncovered element. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 uncovered elements. So, out of these 9 uncovered elements, we have to select the lowest uncovered element. So, lowest uncovered element is 400. Second step is we have to subtract this 400 from all the uncovered elements. Again, I'm repeating, we have to subtract this lowest uncovered element from all uncovered elements only. So, 400 minus 400, answer will be 0. 800 minus 400 will be 400. Again, this is 0. 22 minus 400 is 1600. Here it is 1200. Here it is 200. 1000 minus 400 is 600. 3200 and 1600. So, we are done with step number 1. What we have done? We have selected lowest element from all uncovered elements and subtracted this 400 from all uncovered elements. Done with step number 1. Step number 2, add this uncovered element, smallest uncovered element, to point of intersection. What is point of intersection? The point where 2 lines intersect is called as point of intersection. We have only one point of intersection here. So, by adding 0 plus 400, we will get value as 400. So, this is our point of intersection. We have added this 400 to point of intersection. Now, third step is keep all other values on the line which are covered elements as it is. So, 0 will remain as it is, 0, 0. This 0 will remain as it is. Now, this matrix which we have got after doing improvement is called as first improvement matrix. Now, the thing is, why we have done this improvement? Because here we have got only 2 lines which are less than number of rows and columns. Hence, we have done the first improvement. Now next step is, as we have got this new matrix, we are going to draw the lines here. This is our first improvement matrix. Now next step is we want to draw the lines. Again the same criteria for draw the lines. For drawing the lines, what is the criteria? First of all, we will check for number of zeros row wise. In first row, number of zeros are 3. In second row, number of 0 is 1. Third row, number of 0 is 1. Fourth row, number of zeros is 3. Similarly, we will check for zeros column wise. First column, that is column A, number of zeros 1. Column B, 2 zeros are there. Column C, 1 0. And column D, again 2 zeros are there. As we can see, number of zeros which are maximum row wise are row 1 and row dummy. That is, this two rows contains maximum, that is 3 zeros. Similarly, column B contains and column D contains maximum, that is 2 zeros. So my first line will be row number 1. Why? Because this row contains 3 zeros. So this is my line number 1. Now maximum number of zeros in dummy, that is 1, 2, 3. So this is my line number 2. Now the zeros remaining are in row number 2 and row number 3. Row number 2 1 0, row number 3 1 0. But if we check column wise, column A contains 2 zeros, which is maximum. So this is my line number 3. This is my line number 3. So after drawing lines, here we can see we have got only 3 lines. Line number 1, line number 2 and line number 3. But our matrix given is 4 by 4 matrix. Hence number of lines are less than number of rows and number of columns. Hence we have to go for second improvement. Why we are going for second improvement? Because we have got less number of lines, that is only 3 lines we have got, and our matrix is 4 by 4 matrix. 4 by 4 means 4 rows and 4 columns. Hence we are going for second improvement. Now how to do second improvement? The same process that we have followed just now. So the elements which are not on line are called as uncovered elements. The elements which are not on line are called as uncovered elements. How many elements are there? There are 6 elements which are not on line. Lowest element is 200. Subtract this 200 from all other elements of that matrix. That is, we have uncovered elements, those are 6. 200 is the lowest element. Subtract this lowest element from all other uncovered elements. So 1800 minus 200 is, see where I am writing, row 2. 1800 minus 200 is 1600. 1200 minus 200 is 1000. 200 minus 200 is 0. Now 600 minus 200 is 400. This is 3000 and this is 1400. That is 1600 minus 200 is 1400. This is our step number 1 in improvement. Step number 2 is we have to add this 200 to point of intersection. How many point of intersection are there? There are 2 point of intersection. This is 1 and this is 2. Here value is 0. So add this 200 to point of intersection. 0 plus 200, answer will be 200. And this is 400. 400 plus 200, that is nothing but 600. What we have done? We have added this lowest element to point of intersection. So 0 has become 200 and 400 has become 400 plus 200 is 600. Keep all other elements which are on line as it is. So 0, 0, here it is 0, 400 and 0. Here it is 0, 0 and 0. And this is our second improvement matrix. Now we have got the second improvement matrix. Next step is we have to go for drawing the lines. Now, why we have done this? Because we want 4 lines. If we get 4 lines in this second improvement matrix, then only we can go for making the assignment. Again, the same process for drawing the lines. Number of zeros in first row are 2, second row are 2, third row is 1, and fourth row is 3. Now we will check for number of zeros column wise also. First column there are 2 zeros, second column 2, third column 1, and fourth column, that is column D, is 3. So maximum number of zeros in row wise are in row dummy, and maximum number of zeros in column wise are in column number D. So my first line will be, this is my line number 1 covering 3 zeros. Now my second line will be, this is my line number 2 covering 2 zeros. Now I have 1 0, 1 0, 1 0 row wise, but column wise I have 2 zeros, and column wise here I have 1 0. So as per the rule, we have to draw a line which will cover maximum zeros. So instead of drawing horizontal line, first I will draw vertical line, line number 3, and for this particular 0 I'll draw one more line, that is line number 4. Now here in this matrix we have got 1, 2, 3 and 4 lines. So here number of lines is equal to number of rows and columns. We have 4 rows, we have 4 columns. Hence now we have got 4 lines. So number of lines is equal to number of rows and columns. Hence we can go for assignment now. Now last step is make assignment. How to do the assignment? The criteria for doing assignment is select a row in such a way that that row should contains only 1 0. So now row number 1, it contains 2 0, leave that row, because for making the assignment criteria is we have to select a row which contains only 1 0. Row number 1, 2 zeros, leave that row. Row number 2, again 2 zeros, leave that row. Row number 3, there is only 1 0, fulfilling our criteria. So this is my assignment number 1. Now this 0 is in row number 3, as this 0 lies in column number A. So I am cancelling out all other zeros from column number A. Why? Because I have selected this particular row for making the assignment, and this 0 is in column number A, so cancel out all other zeros from that column. Again repeating the same process. Column number dummy, that is fourth row, there are 3 zeros, leave that row. Repeat the process. First row 2 zeros, leave that row. Second row only 1 0, fulfilling our criteria. So this is my assignment number 2. How we are doing the assignment? We are selecting a row which contains only 1 0. So this is my assignment. Now this 0 is in column number D. So cancel out all other zeros from that column. Again repeating the same process. Now row A contains only 1 0, fulfilling our criteria. So this is my third assignment. Now this 0 is in column number B. So from that column, how many zeros are there? Only 1. Cancel out that 0. Now only last 0 is remaining. So this is my fourth assignment. The zeros which I have square mark is nothing but the assignment. How to find out the final value? Activities I have written here 1, 2, 3 and dummy. Workers I have written 2, 1. Which worker is assigned? Worker B. That is, the square mark is nothing but the assignment. So for activity A, B worker is assigned. Activity A, B worker is assigned. Activity 2, worker D is assigned. Activity 3, worker A is assigned, and dummy worker C is assigned. Write down the values from the question. From the question means what? So this is the question here. So from question, what is 1B? 1B value is 2000. What is 2D? 2 and D value is 1600. 3A, this is 3 and this is A, value is 1000. Dummy is nothing but C. For dummy, value is 0. So after adding this, so final answer is 4600. So it is 4600. Once again, I'll explain this step. Activities and workers we are going to write. This square mark is nothing but the assignment. So activity 1, worker B is assigned. Activity 2, worker D is assigned. Activity 3, A worker is assigned. Dummy C worker is assigned. Take down these values from the question. So values 1B is 2000, 2D is 1600, 3A is 1000, dummy C is 0, which is adding up to 4600.